So as the host, it's my obligation to make sure that my guests get to their next appointment on time. I didn't ask you at the beginning. I didn't ask you at the beginning of the show whether I was able to go into overtime or whether we had a hard stop at the top of the hour. So
I forgot. Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay. So then we're going to wrap it up real quickly here. It's no month in the lab. No month means that we put a poison aside for November. No to something. I put peanut butter aside because it just it gets into everything in my life. So I put peanut butter aside. Would you pledge something you might put aside for the rest of November? It's 9 days, brother. Would you put something away for 9 days this month and help me get on this no pledge? Maybe it's saying, and it could be a simple die as saying yes till something less, because often we say yes to everything.
You know what? No late night eating. That's my crutch, man. Eating after PM at night, and I know I don't need it, but I do. And I know that's one thing that's been on my mind a lot. So you know what? Thank you. I pledge for the rest of the month, no eating after 8 p.m.
Dai Manuel, thank you. And before I do let you go, this is your minute or so to platform yourself. Is there anything I did not ask you about? Is there anything you want to plug for the audience to be aware of so we can cut it up and they're very familiar with where they can find you and what they can get from you?
Well, Keith, to be perfectly honest, I just launched a podcast last week. Finally, my own podcast. And
congratulations, pal.
Thank you. It's been a huge experience for me. A lot of fun. I'm totally digging it. It's called the 2% Solution. It's all about how to leverage 30 minutes every day to see the markers in life move the right direction. And I would love to have you as a guest, Keith. So that's the only thing I'd like to ask right now. I'll just put it on the spot so everybody can hear me asking you to be on my show.
I would love to be on your show. So is this like the two dad rappers where I'm going to collab on your album, you're going to collab on my album, we're each going to bring our audiences?
I'm in.
Oh, my kids are going to love this part of the show, pal. All right, so I'm in as a guest. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it.
Keith, I just want to say this, get it on the record, but thank you so much for creating this platform, for doing what you do. Because honestly, man, let's look at what's going on around the world today. There's a lot of negative. And it can be very overwhelming, very scary, very isolating. And yet, you're shining a light on what else is possible when we start to focus on the positive rather than the negative. And we need more of this. And I just want to say thank you for putting this out, because I know there's a lot of thankless nights creating content, putting content out, arranging follow-up calls and interviews. And man, thank you. Really. It's just awesome. It's awesome, man.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I thank you for taking some time out here to join myself and join the audience. Now I'm going to throw into the green room for a second. Hang tight for me to walk you out the lab here. I'm going to do this and move. See you, pal. And I'm going to move myself here to this. I hope you all were as entertained as I was on today's show with Dai Manuel. Good, honest conversations about being dads, really. And the balance about being a dad, the balance about going through life, the balance of finding next, honest, heartfelt conversations about what happens sometimes when you make tough decisions. And I would encourage you to go back to the beginning of the show to listen to that. So I'm going to head out of here so I can walk the young man out of the lab. I'm Keith Bilous. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be here tomorrow with Andrew McConnell. I had to think about that. It's that old age in my head. Andrew McConnell, join us tomorrow in the lab, noon Central, -6 GMT, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. Oh, 2% podcast. Go find it. Dai Manuel. I'm only telling you because I'm going to be there. So you're going to want to find me there as well. I'm joking. Go listen to his show. It's going to be awesome. I know it is. All right, guys. We'll see y'all soon. See you tomorrow.